Sports. We've got a good one on tap today, and there's going to be two quarterbacks ready to... The Broncos going up against the Texans. With that, let's get on out to Houston. We're standing by as our commentary team, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL. The National Football League is here and on the air. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Denver Broncos and the Houston Texans. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now Lynch on first down. And incomplete to open things up. Virgil Green is tied in, the intended receiver. And it'll be 2nd and 10. The offense on your screen now, and our first look at C.J. Anderson.
And what a look it's going to be. Making a name for himself rapidly, running the football.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. And a look at the defense now. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. On 3rd down, Lynch. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And he's brought down after a good gain. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. And now a 1st down following that long gain. Now a carry. It's C.J. Anderson. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
On 2nd down, here's Lynch. The catch is made. Benny Fowler. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Benny Fowler, 38 yards. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field, and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Offensive starters here. Wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins, a talented wide receiver.
And he's still looking for that ultimate recognition. He wants to be mentioned with the best receivers in the game. His numbers suggest that we should do so.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Again, it's Miller. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down. And here's a look at the defense for Denver.
DeMarcus Ware may be a veteran, but he's not just a wily one. He's a terrific producer. Still extremely difficult to block when he's rushing the passer.
All right, here we go. Screen.
They'll try to run for it with Miller. And some room to roam now. That one goes for 24 yards.
I know it's all smiles on the offensive side of the ball right now, but you and I both know the entire mindset was just pick up the first down. What do you call that? One of those gravy plays?
Gravy, absolutely. They got more than they bargained for.
Love the way it turned out for them. Couldn't imagine going into the play that they thought this would be the end result.
Yeah, the defense got to be shaking their head, though. Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
This is the running back, Blue. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
Here we go now. Blue landed.
A 1st down carry now for Miller. And an alley to run. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards on the pickup. And it's good enough for a Houston 1st down.
Well, they're certainly running the ball pretty well on this drive, and all I remember as a secondary guy was if you're making a lot of tackles in a game, that's usually not good for your defense. You've got to figure out how to keep things in front of you because you know there's 3 levels, defensive line, linebackers, and into the secondary. And if the 3rd level's leading your team in tackles, as a general rule, things aren't going so well for your defense.
Now they'll throw it with Osweiler. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, 29 yards. And his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead. And it's no good. He missed it. And the game remains tied. Oh, boy. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. Here comes the offense for the Denver Broncos. Charles, you know, there's been so much focus on the quarterback battle, and rightfully so. What about the running back battle that's going on for the Broncos?
I think it's one that's significant because C.J. Anderson really gave them great play down the stretch in 2015, and they made him a priority to be re-signed. But Ronnie Hillman's been around. He can give him a little play on the perimeter, but I love the rookie that they drafted, Devontae Booker. So it is going to be a great battle for carries and will continue during the preseason.
First down. Here's the run with Anderson. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. We've become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good.
And down he goes. The pressure getting to Lynch. J.J. Watt able to drop him for a loss of 4.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
And he will find his man for the first time, Demaryius Thomas. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th. Thomas, the lone receiver, left. Here we go on 4th down with Lynch. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
Lamar Miller. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. Now Osweiler. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
On 2nd down, Anderson. And he's brought down. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage. Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Throwing, Lynch, and incomplete there. A nice hit, jars the ball free, and brings up 3rd down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Lynch to throw. It's caught. He finds Norwood. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. And they're on 3rd and short. They just tried to spread the field. It worked.
And I think that the spreading of the field, the extra receivers, has really become the next in the evolutionary chain.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Brian Cushing in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. And time for us to take a break here in the booth. We're back to Houston after this timeout. On 2nd down, Lynch. And that is incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Lynch. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Mumphrey now on the return. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Texans take possession. And now out comes Houston. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now Osweiler on first down. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down. And with a little breathing room here after the incompletion. I know you and I were chuckling yesterday. How about the reporter asking Jim Caldwell where he would play Usain Bolt? He said, of course, receiver at 6'5".
I think Jim Caldwell knows what he's talking about. 6'5", that type of speed.
He's got him in, complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Off the play fake. Here's Osweiler. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target. And it'll be 3rd and 10.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Defense has set themselves up nicely. 3rd and 10 now.
Let's go.
Throwing again, Osweiler. Gets it to Strong. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Right side caught Fedorowicz. And he coughed it up. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Throwing left side here, and it's complete. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs.
And those first downs do add up. The offense keeps the ball moving downfield and keeps their defense on the bench, giving them a chance to rest.
Let's go. Green 39.
They'll throw on first down with Osweiler. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
God, come on now.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
The wide receiver moving to a new spot. Play action. Now Osweiler. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. Field goal unit not out there. They want 6 before halftime. They come out here in the I. 1st and goal from the 1. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Lamar Miller in the final seconds of the first half. And the Texans are in for 6.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
And just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Now it's Novak on. He'll send this one away following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Trouble. Smell trouble.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They have...
some changes going on now. Smell changes.
The lead now, they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
What, you gonna play all Madden or something?
Second half begins with a run from Miller. And he'll get this up only to about the 22.
Oh, man,
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with the lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
The Pro Bowler Chris Harris is in on the tackle.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On third down, Miller. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to fourth down.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. And they'll run for it with Miller. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. A look at the offense now here coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. And last time out there to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. And wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
Flushed out right. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Throwing, Lynch. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. Thomas, the lone receiver left.
Let's go. Green 19.
From the gun on third down, it's Lynch. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. And no room to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Virgil Green from 8 yards out. And the Broncos are an extra point away from taking the lead. Big 4th down conversion for the score and the defense. That is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
We'll see if they can recoup and recover. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move to influence the defensive front to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him. Sat there waiting for him and made the play. And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
The defense in an enviable position here. The offense needs 13 yards. It's 3rd down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39.
From the gun, it's Osweiler. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 12 yards is the pickup there. And it'll be 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. They'll run. It's Miller. And now Miller hit, and he fumbles.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Miller, the lone setback. And he'll get it up the middle. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. On 2nd down, Osweiler. Caught here by Griffin. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back now in Houston. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They come up in an offset eye. Miller will get it. He has been busy today. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. A couple of Broncos there in on the tackle. They're going to hurry back to the line now. On 2nd down, here's Osweiler. Now the ball's out. Osweiler lost it. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And down he goes. The pressure getting to Lynch. Vince Wilfork getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. A fake to Anderson. Now it's Lynch. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he gets it down to the 32. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. And quickly they get to the line. On 1st and 10, it's Lynch. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
And that's the 2nd sack of the day for J.J. Watt. I think we're probably surprised when he gets less than multiple sacks in a game, aren't we?
Really, at this stage in his career, what he's been able to prove, it's something.
It really is, and it's just the way he gets them done. Variety of spots along the defensive line against all types of guys trying to block him. Centers, guards, tackles, tight ends, backs. It doesn't matter. He gets it done.
And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down.
Let's go! Green 39! Green 39! That's in there, Barney!
Now Paxton Lynch on 3rd and long. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. From the right hash. This from 48.
You already know you could have sent that shit.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. From the right hash, this from 53.
Right over there.
And McManus able to put it through, and that will push the lead up to 5. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
On the return, here comes Keith Mumphrey. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big-time play there for the Texans. And even 40 yards.
Trying to get you out of here now.
The offense certainly looking to score some points, but they also need ball security here late as we get down to the final moments of this one. They'll throw on 1st down with Osweiler. He's going to go up top again. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone. Jalen Strong, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 2nd and 10.
You can feel the anguish all the way up here. It certainly looked like he had that one in the end zone, open, unable to hold on to it.
Time starting to run out here in the fourth. This defense just trying to keep the offense off the board and preserve this potential victory. 2nd and 10 now. Osweiler. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And Denver getting set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Anderson. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Tenth carry now for Anderson. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Big boys down there in the trenches, and a nice play to stop them cold. Nothing there.
Yeah, when you talk about big boys, you're talking about those defensive tackles, those nose tackles. They're not just big, they're immense, and what a big-time play there.
Oh, Lynch going to throw. Screenplay, Anderson.
Oh, my God.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Give it to Anderson. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Lynch to throw. Looking for Sanders here on the deep ball. And this is caught. And he's brought down after a good gain. Well, Charles, there's an old saying, don't let a loss beat you twice.
You're exactly right about that, Brandon. When you look at it and all of your preparation went into winning this week, now you have to absorb a loss and find a way to shake it off.